The letter that arrived at midnight. Eleanor lived alone in a house where silence seemed heavier with each passing year. The neighbors knew her as a kind but distant woman, the sort who spoke little and smiled only out of courtesy. Yet once, long ago, she had been radiant, full of laughter, music, and dreams. That light dimmed the night Adrian disappeared. They had been engaged, young and certain that love could defy anything. But one evening, on his way home, he vanished without explanation. The police found no trace, only his watch lying near the abandoned train station, cracked as if stepped on. People whispered rumors he had run away or worse, but Eleanor never accepted them. She waited year after year, her faith slowly becoming a wound that never healed. It was on a cold autumn evening that the letter arrived. No knock, no footsteps, just an envelope resting against her door. She stared at it for hours before daring to open it. I still wait for you at the old station. Midnight. Don't be late. Her heart hammered like it hadn't in years. The handwriting was unmistakable. It was Adrian's. But how could it be? He would have aged just like her. Unless, all night she wrestled with questions, pacing like a restless ghost herself. By the time the clock neared midnight, curiosity had become unbearable. She wrapped herself in her long coat, the one Adrian had once admired, and walked toward the station. The building loomed like a skeleton against the night sky. Its broken windows looked like hollow eyes, and the rusted clock above the entrance had been frozen at 12 for decades. Her footsteps echoed against the stone floor as she entered. Dust rose in the moonlight like pale smoke. Then she heard it, footsteps, slow, deliberate, not her own. From the shadows a figure emerged. It was Adrian. He looked exactly as he had the day he vanished. Young, handsome, untouched by time. His dark coat swayed as if he had just stepped off a train that never came. His eyes were the same, warm, loving. But beneath them lingered something strange, something that belonged to another world. Eleanor, he whispered, his voice trembling as though he had waited centuries just to say her name again. Her throat closed. She reached out, fingers brushing his. His skin was cold, so cold it burned. "It's you," she managed to say. "After all this time, I promised I would return," he said, his eyes never leaving hers. "But not for long. I have only until dawn. At sunrise, the doors between our worlds close." Her knees weakened. "Our worlds. I've walked in a place between," Adrian explained softly. "Neither life nor death. A waiting place. All these years, I watched, unable to reach you, until tonight." Eleanor's tears shimmered in the moonlight. "Then stay. Stay with me." Adrian shook his head. "I can't. The living cannot carry me here, and I cannot carry you back. Unless you choose to come." Her heart pounded. Come with him? Leave everything, the house, her memories, the life she had built out of loneliness but also survival? What would it mean? She asked, her voice breaking. "To walk where I walk," he said. "No pain, no time, only us. But once you step through, there is no return." The station grew colder, as though the walls themselves were listening. Shadows deepened, and she heard the faint whistle of a train that did not exist. She turned. Rails long abandoned now gleamed as though wet, and far down the tracks a shimmer of light flickered. A train was coming, silent and spectral. Eleanor's breath caught. "Is that for us?" Adrian nodded. "For you, if you choose. It will carry us together. But if you stay behind, you'll never see me again." Her heart tore between terror and longing. She thought of the years she had lost, the nights staring at an empty chair, the silence of her house. And she thought of him, her Adrian, who had once promised her forever. The whistle grew louder. The light blazed at the end of the tracks, bathing the station in a pale glow. She felt its pull deep in her bones. Adrian reached out his hand, eyes full of love and sorrow. One night, Eleanor. One choice. Her breath trembled. She looked at his face, unchanged by time, and then at her own trembling hands, wrinkled, marked by years he never knew. She stepped closer. The ground seemed to tremble beneath her feet. Her heart whispered yes, but her mind screamed wait. At the very edge of the platform, she stopped. "If I come," she whispered, "do I lose who I am? My memories, my pain, the life I lived without you?" Adrian's gaze dropped. "You will lose the years, but keep the love. Only that." The train's doors opened with a sigh, like a breath from another world. Its windows glowed with soft light, shadows moving inside, figures who had made the same choice long ago. The clock struck 3. Only hours left until sunrise. Eleanor's eyes filled with tears. She reached for Adrian's hand, her voice breaking. "I loved you every day you were gone. But if I leave, I abandon myself. If I stay, I abandon you." Adrian cupped her face, his cold touch both tender and heartbreaking. "There is no right choice, Eleanor. Only the one your heart can bear." The train's whistle screamed again, the sound splitting the night. She closed her eyes, and for one final moment, remembered the girl she had been. The one who had laughed, danced, and believed in forever. And then she opened them, standing at the threshold of two worlds. The question lingered in the air, unspoken but heavy as the night itself. Would Eleanor step onto the train, or let it leave without her?